Hello, 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 everyone. You hear my creaky chair? Listen, you hear my creaky chair? Yeah, I got a creaky chair. Creepy, creaky chair. Yeah. Hey, Texas Brat number one. Hey, girl. Good evening, PG. Good evening to you, girl. Good evening to you. God bless. And Julian, how you doing tonight? Hello, PG. Hello, hello, hello. Number two. Cricket Arab number three. Hello, hello, hello. Hello to you, girl. Hello to you, my Sherry. My Sherry. Right? That's like French. Oui, oui, my Sherry. Right? Oh, shit. Hey, Justin. Hey, my brother. How you doing tonight? God bless. Good to see you in here. Hey, Zips. How you doing? How you doing, hon? Hey, I think I was talking to you earlier today. Um, through chat. Through chat. God bless. How you doing tonight, hon? God bless. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, wow. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Love the hearts. I absolutely love those hearts. Let me making it down to the bottom. I'm making it to the bottom. Ruby Rainmaker, how you doing tonight, sweetie? How you doing? God bless. Cool Gamer, how you doing? Gracie, how you doing, sweetie? Juno, mommy of six. God bless. Much love. Hey, Ladybug, how you doing? I'm getting down here. Lori, how you doing, sweetie? I'm moving fast. I am whosoever. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hey, Florida girl, how you doing tonight? She says hello. Hello, PG. Much love. Much love to you, girl. Much love to you. Hello, everyone. Much love. God bless. God bless. Oh, that is beautiful. That's beautiful, Bagel Mom. God bless. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Aw, that's so sweet. Carrie says, Justin, hello, my beautiful friend. That is beautiful. Hey, Jess, how you doing tonight? How you doing, sweetie? The real Rockin' Robin. Lavender Moon. Good to see you guys in here. Good to see everyone in here. God bless. All right. Let's get this party started. All right. Party don't start till PG gets there. I wish. All right. Tennessee Bluebird, how you doing tonight? I love that name. I love that name. That is beautiful. And Roxy, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, Crooked Arrow. Absolutely. Wish Norway would visit. I respect her so much. Oh yeah, I love my Norway. I absolutely love her. She is a sweetheart. A real sweetheart. Hey, Miss Prissy Paws, no way, hello. She says hello, hello, hello. All right. Anyway, yeah, you got it. You bet the shear's pissed right now, right? You want me to do tell? I will do tell. Yeah, it seems like Cher is going after Candace, right? Hmm. Oh yeah. Looks to me like she's definitely really going after Candace. Oh, Donnie is all innocent. It is Candace. Candace is a bad, bad girl, right? Yeah, that's what Yoda's saying. Texas brat brat. Summer's Army. Amen. God bless. God bless. Aw, that is so sweet. Mama Bear, she says, PG, love y'all. God bless. We stand for summer. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Prayers for Israel. Oh, Bagel Mom, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. When I was at the church today, I was sending up prayers for Israel as well. Um, please do. Please do send the prayers up for Israel. Right now, they are under attack, and absolutely, absolutely, these are God's people, His chosen, and Israel. We are their ally, right? America, Israel. We oversee them. We're supposed to be, the big brother, big sister to them. Our country supports them, and absolutely, we better support them. That's what I'm thinking. You know, we best support them because you don't want to that probably piss God off pretty good if you're not supporting them. I don't know. I do support Israel. I do 150%, and I do send the prayers up that something gives over there real quick. I sure do hope that God puts His hand in all of this and does what needs to be done, because they don't deserve to be being attacked the way they are right now. I don't understand it, and it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So I hear that our president is talking about stepping in, and I hope he does. I really do hope he does. Absolutely. Um, Something definitely needs to be done. There's a lot, this says at the end of time in Revelations. In Revelations, it says at the end of time that you to look for the signs that the rapture is going to be coming, and the signs are you'll hear of wars and rumors of wars, and that's all we've been hearing of. It says it'll be like the days of Noah. Well, look around. It's like you say, how much worse can it get? Oh, it's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse, folks. Absolutely. So, I tell people, the most I can tell anyone, because there is no way we cannot stop prophecy. There's no way we are going to be able to stop what is written down in God's book to be carried out. There's no way we can stop what is written in Revelations. It's going to happen. It is going to fulfill itself, regardless if you believe, you don't believe. It doesn't matter. The point being is, it will fulfill itself. And there's nothing you, me, or any other human on the face of this earth can do to stop it. Nothing. Other than get your house in order and be ready. If you ain't on the right road right now, you better get on it. That's all I got to say. If you're not on it, get on it. You better be walking it diligently. It's not, God goes before you. Jesus goes with you, and the angels watch over you. meaning God has already went into tomorrow making a path straight for you. The only thing you have to do is make the right choices as we go through this night into tomorrow. God is always going before us. I mean, you think you're going to do something that's going to surprise God tomorrow? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because even God knows all. He knows everything that's going to happen with every human being tomorrow. And he knows the ones that are probably going to make the right choices and the ones that probably going to make the wrong ones. So you ain't going to surprise God because God already knows you. He sees your heart. So if you mess up, that ain't going to surprise him. If you make the right choices, that ain't going to surprise him unless you're unless you're usually messing up and now you're doing all the good things. That might surprise him. So, I don't know. All I'm saying is, I try every day to make all the right choices. And every day, I mess up. Right? I'm not perfect. I am far from perfect. I wish I was. But no, I'm not. And neither are you or any other human on the face of this earth. None of us are perfect. We all fall short of the glory of God. Every last one of us. No one is perfect. But you know what? You can strive to be. And I'm sure there's a reward for doing your best to be. And that's really all we can do, is do our best. Right? There's a song out, Carry Me Home. Jesus. I don't know if any of you've heard that song or not, but it's a beautiful song. A beautiful song. It is where, the preacher, he always was doing his best, but at the end of the day, he told God, I did my best. You'll have to do the rest. Now carry me home. So, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Just do our best. So, but yes, please. I know I went into left field, but hey, I'll go in left field any day for Israel. I'll go in left field, right field. I'll go all the way. I'll go over the fence, right? Up in the bleachers for Israel. To shout, hey, get on your knees, brothers and sisters, and pray for that country, because that's God's chosen children, and they need all of our prayers, and they need our help. So, let's do what God wants us to do, and and we should be doing that every day. We should be doing what God wants us to do all the time. But I'm sure by the end of this night, I'm probably going to mess up. So, it is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. Shalom. Absolutely. God bless. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I am going to do tell. Cher is posting out about Candace. Posting out like, Don's this innocent person. That Don was at work. He didn't do anything right. He's questioning her all the time about her, her different stories of what happened June 15th, 2021. Don wants to know, what really happened. And yeah, Candace should be mad that Cher is in there poking, poking at Dawn to get the answers needed, out of Candace to do what's right for Summer. Um, oh shit. Yeah. Um, Cher, won't you just shut the fuck up? Why don't you shut the fuck up? That's what I like to know. Why don't you shut up? You know for a fact that Don's ass is just as guilty as Can's. They ain't neither one of them mother freakers innocent. They're all three number one suspects on the list with law enforcement. Right? All three of them. Number one suspects. Get it down. Spin it around. Take a look at it. Just stop with the freaking turd pop boot licking bullshit with old Donnie boy. You are no badass talking to fucking scum of the earth Don. You're no badass. Don Wells is playing you like a fucking fiddle and you're losing. Trust me, you're losing. Him and Candace are set back, joined hands, and laughing their fucking ass off at you, Cher. Why don't you take note, hon? Jeez. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Cher wasn't part of the laugh your fucking ass off party in the background. All right. She was getting laughed at. Just like she's getting laughed at right now. That's some funny shit, dude. Let me have another brownie or two. Right? That's some funny shit. Oh, God. I can hear it now. Let's fuck with this bitch, baby. Right? Yeah, I've been telling her I'm poking holes in your story, Candace. Yeah, well, I've been telling people I'm poking holes in yours too, Donnie. Right? Oh shit. That's some funny stuff, man. Cher's jealous of Candace. Really? Come on. You jealous of Candace? That is Don's wife. That is his wife, regardless, if Cher likes it or not, whatever. Cher, I just gotta tell you something. Long distance relationships just don't work out. Right? You can't come back into the United States without getting arrested. And Don sure in the hell ain't coming over into Canada to live with your boyfriend you already live with. That ain't going to work out either. Two's company, three's a crowd. Right? So, give it up. Just give it up. Don's got a wife. He's got Candace. And it's me and you, baby, against the world. That is the way Don and Candace work. They definitely, these two, trust me, man, there's a bond there that you just, people don't understand. You have to really been around these kind of people a lot. And you have to, you got to understand what you're dealing with in order to understand Don and Candace Wells. That's all I'm saying. And most people are not educated in the field of Don and Candace Wells. Absolutely not. Because most humans think that everybody thinks like them. And that's your biggest mistake, because everybody don't. And, so And Cher thinks that, oh, I got Donnie in my pocket. No, honey, you ain't got Donnie in your pocket. He's got your ass in his. And Candace has got your ass in her pocket as well. Because if you're in Don's pocket, you're in Candace's pocket too. These two motherfuckers aren't going to do anything but toy with you like a fucking cat does with a mouse. And you're just going to be like going off the rails again when they're done with you. So that's all I got to say. She is going to be so off the fucking rails, like, Donnie, Candace, what the hell did you do to your daughter? You bitches, you mother frickers, right? Oh, I'm going to leave you two now for a while because I can't handle this shit. Right? And ain't that the way it went down the last time? Isn't that how it went down the last time? I do believe it did. Hey, Texas Brad, I'm letting you up on. Hey, girl, what's up?
Hey, lady, I have a question. Did you by any chance watch Justin's live the other day?
Justin's idea. I watched him today.
Um,
Which one was it?
the one where he posted about Don knowing about the swimming holes.
Oh, I think that was today.
I missed his live today.
I think it was like earlier today.
Yeah,
He was posting about, he was doing about that. Don's. Are you talking about where? Are you talking about where Donald said about Child Protective Services before the incident at the swimming hole, and then after the incident at the swimming hole? Talking about the 14th and the 15th.
yeah, when he was on shows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did see that.
How would Don know about the swimming holes like that?
What Don called. Remember when he was talking? And not only that, but Summer ended up going missing, and Don knew everything about everything that day due to the simple fact that when Summer came up missing, law enforcement was all over it. So that's how he would know everything.
Well, yeah, but he mentioned about the 14th, and he brought the swimming holes up in the 14th when CPS was supposed to have been there.
Right. He said that CPS came up there on the 14th. I guess in the evening, he said, and the caseworker and her supervisor came up there and said that they were closing the case on the 14th. And he said he knows because he was there. It was, after work, the boys were riding their dirt bikes.
Right.
And showing off. And he said that the caseworkers kept looking at Summer and watching Summer and, diligently seemed to be interested in Summer. But of course they're going to be diligently interested in Summer because, my God, the kid sitting there with almost a bald head looking like one of the boys. The boys all have long hair. Why is this one kid's hair cut off and the rest of the kids got some? Of course you're going to, Don don't understand. If if you are evil enough to make one of your children look like that, especially your daughter, what I'm saying is the oldest boy looked like he had, the oldest boy looked like he had Summer's hair, and Summer looked like she had his hair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of course you're going to, you're like, what the hell's up with this, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Another another question for you, honey. And this isn't only in my opinion, okay? I believe down and deep that Summer is at the swimming hole. Why I say that is because look at how Candace has a meltdown every time that swimming hole is brought up on a live, and she refuses to go to that water.
I, Mm, I
That
beg the difference. I beg the difference because she didn't have no problem pulling that ass up down there to talk to Chris M. She didn't have no problem standing around and looking out in that water and walking around and so forth and so on. And that was, what I'm saying is that was actually at the most crucial time, possible right after the child went missing, to even be there. And she wasn't, I didn't see no signs of, distress in her ass, to be honest with you.
with the Chris Madonna interview, she looked like she was ready to break at the
Well, this
end.
Candace is a great pretender. We have to remember that, she called Mary up and
Yeah,
everybody else and all the people out there were like, oh my gosh, and her and Don both were on the phone with me laughing their asses off about it, right? I
it's
mean, Candace is a hell of an actor. And of course, what are you going to do when when you could get your ass sent to prison over a missing 5-year-old child? What are you going to do? Of course, I mean, look at, here's my thing. Go all the way down through history. Take a look at Leilani. Tears, right? I don't know. I would turn myself in. Yeah, okay, bitch. And
exactly.
then, let's take a look and go to Evelyn Boswell, the case, the Boswell case, mommy standing there, yeah, okay. And look at Candace, same bullshit, same bullshit. All of these mothers act like that because, they think that that's the way to suck in sympathy and and divert the attention away from them. And and I got to say they ain't too damn good at it.
Yeah, I just had to ask some questions and see what how you felt about them because you're so good with the case. And when Justin did that live, and he, would stop and show where Don said about the watering hole, it's like, okay, that doesn't make sense because he
Well,
didn't.
I would I would actually I would actually be concerned with the water hole. Um I would actually be concerned with the water hole if everything was going normal during June the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. If everything would have been going normal up until summer disappeared, I would say, well, okay, um, yeah, um, that would play a big factor right there. Her on the milk jugs,
Yeah,
possibly heavily sedated, or even more so, not even with us anymore, or
right.
barely even on. I would have had a big concern. But seeing that Don Wells, seeing that they cut her hair, had her dancing around in front of that for sale barrel, took her somewhere that same day to go see someone, meet up with somebody. It sounds like somebody was wanting a video. Like, um, have you ever sold anything before? Have you ever put out an ad to sell something and the people asked you, hey, can you send me some pictures
Yeah,
of whatever you're selling them? And so you go and you take pictures. What do? You take pictures of the front, the sides, the back. If it's a vehicle or something, the interior and everything, right? And you
right,
send them the pictures, and then they want to meet up somewhere. Look
right.
the car, look it over. Um, well, it seems to me like they made a video where, this child is going walking. You could tell that it was scripted because she's walking away, she comes back, she's staring, she's being directed in what to do in that particular video for sure. And then
right,
she gets a side view and she comes back. You know what I'm saying? They start out with the front view, some dancing, go, walk the runway down, show the back part, come back, and now go the other direction, show the side view, come back. Um, and then what's really weird is Don's voice was in the video, right?
right,
And then after this video, Dudley is on his way leaving and he sees Don and Candace come out carrying Summer, you know, actually asleep, like, on the milk jugs, only Don's holding her sleeping like that, right?
right,
And that's a funny thing, because if you take a look, she's sleeping, they're taking her somewhere, and she looks like she's sedated on Donald's shoulder. And then they're taking her somewhere in that car, and she looks sedated on those milk jugs, right? Looks
right.
like this kid might have been sedated a few times if they were using sedation. So
Yep,
anyway, they come out with her, put her in the vehicle, and Dudley hears the boy saying, screaming, "Hey, where you taking Sissy? Where you guys going? Where you going?" So they were definitely taking her somewhere. And nobody's asked her, nobody has found out, exactly where they went that day with her, right?
right.
And um and then, a week and a half later, she completely disappears on June the 15th. And, you know, and not only did they take her somewhere on that day, but on the 14th, Don finally empties his truck completely out, puts everything in the Subaru that has Starlink, takes Starlink to work on the 14th, fires his coworker so he could blame his coworker for Summer coming up missing, because that's what he did. And then, on the 14th and 15th, he's driving the Subaru. But right after Summer um, comes up missing and things start to calm down, he's right back in the white truck again, right?
Right.
So, why would he stage all? Why bother to stage all of that? If it was an accident at a swimming hole, all of that wouldn't have took place if it would have been an accident at the swimming hole.
Well, that's what I believe too. And then after hearing that Ace's mom had to revive Summer at 3 years old, it's like, okay, what was you giving them kids?
That's not true. She did not have to revive Summer. That there's no truth to that. Summer had got into some stuff, and Candace had took Summer to their home, and Summer was crying and really having a hard time because she was, floating on cloud nine, I'm sure. But all they did was let Candace and Summer hang out until she wrote it out to see if she was going to be okay or not. But there was no reviving her that went on. She just basically, you know, um, wrote it out and was and thankfully okay, right?
Now, do you think that Summer could have got a hold of Grandma's medication in the car?
No, I think
No.
that I think whatever happened to Summer on June the 15th had all to do with them cutting her hair, taking the video, taking her somewhere to meet up with someone, and then carrying it out on June 15th, 2021. I mean that seems
So
like
do
that
you
seems like the exactly what went down to me.
do, do you think by them doing that to her hair, it would have been easier to cross her out of the United States somewhere?
I think it would have been easier to pass her off as a little
Boy,
boy. Yes, I mean that's always if you kidnap a boy, you put a wig on him to make him look
right?
like a girl. If you kidnap a girl, you cut the hair off and dye it to make him look like a boy.
Okay,
That
that
that's
makes
just that's how it's done. The child is always dressed the opposite sex of what it is.
that makes totally sense. Okay, honey, I'm gonna let you get back to your shows. I just wanted to ask those questions.
I appreciate you coming up, sweetie. God bless. Much love.
God bless you.
So yeah, that's that's my take on it. I mean, I think that I'm not saying that Summer wasn't sedated on those milk jugs, but was she? I don't even think she was really sedated. She was probably really asleep, and because she did get up really early, she did have a rough day, and she probably malnutrition like she was. She hadn't had a thing to eat, right? Nothing to eat the whole day, just some slushy and maybe some candy. I don't even know if she had any candy, but she's probably you know worn out and and fell asleep. That's what my take on it. I think Donald was wanting Candace, to get home because, you know, when he called her, I think he was, letting her know that, things were supposed to be going down and what she needed to be doing. Um, so, it is what it is. And I think that maybe, he wanted her. I don't know. I have no idea exactly how the morning of June 15th, 2021 played out. From my understandings, Candace got up, went out, and asked her mom if she wanted her to take her to the hospital for her leg because it had been hurting. There was no appointment for Grandma. Hey, Dolly Bear, I appreciate the super chat for Summer for her channel. God bless. Amen. And God knows we'd fell, so he sent our Savior, Jesus. Amen. Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. He knew. We're all born in sin, so we definitely have to get the sin um, washed away from us, right? Absolutely. Um, that's true. That is absolutely true. Summer loved all over the world. Yes, she is. Amen. She is loved all over the world. Um, I know we love her. I know we love her. Um, yeah, that's you could, I mean, we ain't completely. Um, Here's my thing. You know, law enforcement asks certain questions, right? Um, they ask certain questions. There's a protocol. When a child comes up missing, there's certain questions that need to be asked. Like, when's the last time you saw the child? Um, you know, did you see or hear anything? Um, had the child been, talking about a certain person or acting afraid of a certain person? Was certain people, who was on the premises that day or had been coming around more so than before? Um, there's a lot of questions, right? Have you seen a certain person driving past the property or showing up at different places where they usually wouldn't be, like at the stores or parks or places where you know you're affiliated with that usually you wouldn't see them, but now you are. Have you noticed anything out of place? Anything whatsoever out of place? Just there's all kinds of questions that law enforcement wants to know and for you to answer. um you know it's important for the parents to think, if has there been anyone coming around more so than lately or calling more so than lately? Um, you know, has anybody been acting strange? Did you take note that, you know, of someone paying more attention to the particular child in the recent, weeks or days or whatever? Um, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm going to tell you, it isn't protocol. It isn't protocol to ask. Um, it isn't protocol to ask, did you traffic your child? Did you sell it? That's not protocol, folks. And that got asked. That was a question that got asked to Don Wells. And Don Wells admitted it in the interview room. So that tells us that law enforcement has already figured out that Don does his research. He knew that the Subaru had Starlink. He knew that was going to be extra, extra protection for him to cover his ass that day. He started driving it, a day or two before to make it look like, oh, this is just something he's been doing. He also, fired his coworker one day before. Oh, wow, Karen, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. I appreciate that. And thank you for loving Summer for so long. I know you will always keep working for Summer. Thank you for your continued efforts. Hey, girl, I appreciate that. God bless. Absolutely. Woo! I got a good super chat tonight. I so appreciate that. I appreciate your support for Summer's channel. Absolutely. Hallelujah. Absolutely. Wow. That will truly help. That will truly help with the StreamYard and the highest internet it takes on here and all the apps I use and the phone bills. You have to be making phone calls all the time and doing a lot of things. So wow, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Absolutely. And I don't mind digging in my pocket to keep this channel running. But you know what? When people bless this channel, it does free some of my money up to be able to do a little bit for my own children, that normally I wouldn't be able to do. So I want to say how much I appreciate your support, because it does absolutely help my kids when I don't have to foot everything, when I don't have to take care of all that it takes to do this. So we really appreciate it. God bless. God bless. Yeah. And that puts me in a pickle, right? Because now I got to decide which, my kids are always asking for something, right? They always ask for something. And I feel bad because you ain't able to get it. And now I got to decide which one of them I'm going to allow to have something. And I always make sure it's the most important. It's not like a game or this or that. It's like a coat or shoes or something, something important. So, hey, girl, I appreciate it. My kids are going to be excited. They're going to be excited when I tell them that, we might be able to afford something they've been wanting. So God bless. God bless. Oh, wow. 70s gal. Thank you, PG, for everything you do for Summer. God bless you. Whoa. Yes. Another super chat. God bless. Hey, this night's starting out good. This night is starting. Oh, it's coming in like a lamb. I'm afraid it's gonna go out like a lion. Watch it go out like a lion. Always does. Always does. Before the night's over, they're gonna kill my high. I better eat me a couple more brownies. I better eat me a couple more brownies. Because I'm gonna have to brace myself. Buckle up, PG, because it's gonna get bad in here at the end of the night. All right. Yeah, it's gonna get bad. Oh wow! I can't believe this, Karen. Wow. God bless. And here are some snacks for your kids. Whoa! God bless. God bless. Oh, my kids are gonna be happy tonight. They're going to be happy. Well, not to. I only got one. I only got one that's going to find out tonight. And that little guy stays up. He always tries to wait for me to get off alive. I don't know what it is yet, but you know what? One night I'm going to turn off the microwave. The microphone. I'm going to turn off. I told you I ate one too many brownies. I'm going to turn off the microphone. And I'm going to the microwave. That cracks me the hell up. But I'm going to turn off the microphone. I'm going to go peeking. I'm going to go see. I'm going to go find out if he's really waiting for me to get off of here, or if he's just playing game machines. Right? Getting that extra punch in. I'm going to go sneak up on the little guy. Find out. I'm going to find out how much he really does care. Right? But, hey, I appreciate it. God bless. God bless. Yeah, he'll be finding out tonight that he gets some snacks. Amen. That little guy's going to get some snacks. Oh, wow, Gracie. Brownie money. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yeah, amen. Amen. I could use some brownie money. Right? I could use my brownie money. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. Cup of coffee, couple of smokes, and some brownies. I'm good. Trust me. It don't take much to keep PG happy. Amen. God bless each and every one of you. Amen. Yeah, I so greatly appreciate that support. Amen. Boy, God, you are good to me tonight. I'm going to make sure I thank God, right? I'm already thanking him. I'm like looking up saying, Lord, I really appreciated this. Absolutely. God bless. God bless. Amen. Yeah, this chat is beautiful. This chat is beautiful. But yeah, I truly believe that Summer was still with us in that video. I believe that the video was taken for law enforcement I think that it was a pre-planned, premeditated, carried out June the 15th situation. And I think that's what law enforcement believes as well. Or they wouldn't have asked Don about trafficking, selling his daughter. They had to have probable cause to ask him that. Some reason, they asked him that. And I think when, I truly believe that when God pulls us all to the light and exposes the truth upon this case, I think we're all going to find out that that's exactly what happened to Summer. I bet you 10 to 1. That's exactly what happened. Because the whole narrative fits it. They cut her hair off. They had her dancing around a for sale barrel, which they immediately painted over, right? They didn't paint the whole barrel, but they sure made sure they painted where it said for sale. They got that off of there. And that's because you can take forensics can take a chip of paint and then um, run it against the paint on that property to see if it's a match. And that would mean that they, because Donald wanted to say we bought it that way, we bought it like that. They would be able to tell if the same paint was on that property, then they know Don was lying, right? They know that, hey, buddy, no, you didn't buy it like this. You put that shit on there. And for some reason, and had your child dancing in front of it. Actually, not even dancing. Basically, you had her doing a freaking runway modeling job for some reason in front of it. And then right afterwards, you go to meet someone. Who did you go meet? Who did you go meet? And a week and a half later, she's completely gone. And within that week and a half, you fire your coworker to blame him for doing the dirty deed, and you start driving a Subaru because you think Starlink is an alibi, an extra additive protection like your cell phone. You can leave your cell phone at work, but you can't leave your whole damn car. That's what Don was banking on. He was banking on his whole damn car being there, right? That is exactly what he was banking on. Absolutely. So, and when they asked a question like that, like I said, it's not protocol. A lot of questions are to parents with missing children, but that is not one of the questions that law enforcement asked grieving parents that just lost their child. Absolutely not. Not unless they have reason to believe it. So, and what I find what I find quite weird, excuse me, what I find quite weird also is Donald saying this.
I was flipping
All right.
out. I was flipping out.
I just
Thank you
Liz
so
wants to
much.
ask.
God love you.
Liz
Yes.
wants to ask real
Okay.
quick. Sorry. Says Don, forgive the question, but in your opinion, what do you think happened to beautiful baby girl? I know you've answered this a million times, but do you want to tell the people again what you believe?
Now, this is when Dom was upon Ziggy's. If my mods would, they could put out Ziggy's link for her channel. This is when Don was on Ziggy's, talking about Summer and some of the things that had been. Well, he really wasn't trying to talk about her a lot, but he was somewhat. I think more so than usually he does. Him and Candace were on there, speaking about Summer. It's the same video, and you might want to watch it because it's the same video. I believe Ziggy put it up like 2 weeks ago. If you want to go take a look. But on the same video, Don says, the whole world loves our precious little girl, our beautiful baby girl. And Candace says, no shit. Just like that. I was like, what? Yeah, like real hateful. Um, you know, a mother don't act like that. Mothers don't say things like that. But yeah, she did. She absolutely did. But this is what the part that, um, I took to play out to you tonight because it, it radiates to what I've been telling you.
Well, for absolute 100% sure, someone abducted her.
Don, you were that sure before y'all even looked for her. You hadn't even searched the property, and Candace and Grandis and you were already shooting that narrative. You guys were already shooting the narrative. Hey Ziggy, how you doing tonight, sweetie? God bless. But yeah, they were already shooting the narrative before. They supposedly didn't have any idea what happened to Summer. She just went in a house and poof, be gone, right? Beam me up, Scotty. UFO, something, somehow just, walked into a porthole of, another dimension. She was gone. They had no idea, supposedly, of what happened to this child. But yet, they were telling law enforcement, we could have told you she's not out there. She didn't wander off. Well, if you don't know where someone, if you know where they're not, then you must know where they are. What I'm saying is, Don and Candace, from the very beginning, a normal parent, any normal parent that, goes in a house, where's the child? Nobody knows. Well, you're going to start looking. You're looking everywhere, right? You ain't going to, for one, it ain't even going to enter your mind. If you live on an isolated big hill where, like no fucking bodies around, you are not going to think about abduction. What you're going to think is, oh my God, the kid might have went back outside. Got to go look, it could be in here. Okay. People start looking in here. People start looking outside. We've got to find the kid because it's got to be somewhere around here, right? That's what you're thinking. You're thinking it's got to be somewhere around here. Hey, if you're playing, you better come out, right? Stop playing. If you're hiding, please come out. You're scaring me. But you're not going to think abduction at all. That's going to be like the last thing on your list as a normal parent, because that's the scariest thing on the list. And you just do not want to think of that. Period. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I agree, Ziggy. I would think a bear before abduction in that area. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. But no, like Jody Sue said, we really wasn't overly looking yet. We was just, this search just started and they're already screaming abduction. Grandma says we sent the boys down by, down by the creek and just worried and hoping they didn't get abducted too. What? You sent them down there to look for Summer because you didn't believe, why? Here's my thing. If you think the child got abducted, why the hell are you sending anybody out to look anyway? Because abduction, they're gone. Why would you even be doing any type of search? That's my thing. I mean, okay, Grandma, Candace, Donald, if abduction was the thing, why did you even bother? You knew when you sent those kids out there running around, there was nothing. You knew there was no harm whatsoever going to come to them children. Because you knew Summer wasn't there. Just like you told law enforcement. She's not there. Because you already knew where she was. You know, that's just common sense from the way, the way they were conducting themselves during all of this. They were telling you, Don and Candace and Grandis were all telling you exactly what happened from the beginning. It's just that hindsight's better than foresight. You have, now that we go back, we can see that they was giving us all the answers all the time. We were, the answers were all there. It just took us time to, to grab them, put them together, and piece out what had went down on June 15th, 2021. That's the thing. But listen to what he says.
100, 1000%. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, but for sure she was abducted. But we just don't know who, how, when, and why.
But we don't know who, how, when, or why. Okay, Donald. Who? I can understand who you may not know. But how? Well, how was right there on your own property, right? How was someone obviously snuck up there and did a dirty deed? That's how. How was right there on your property, sir, because that's where your daughter was. Where? Right there on your damn property, sir. 110 Ben Hill, your property, right there where she came up missing. Right? So what do you mean? Who, how, when, where? Where is right there? When was June 15th, 2021, Mr. Wells? 2 minutes after she got put in the house. 2 minutes after she got put into a house, sir. Hey, Josephine, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. I appreciate that super chat. Absolutely. God bless. I appreciate it. I really do. Man, you guys are blessing me tonight, and I got to tell you how much I appreciate it. I really do. God bless. But yes, that's what, that's what I'm talking about. What is he saying here? What is he saying? He just sat there and said he did that, they don't know who, where, when, or how. When was June the 15th? 2 minutes after she was put in the house, Donald. Where was right there on your property? How? Well, however they got up there and did it. Really? This guy, man, I don't even understand. Hey, Kim, I appreciate that. God bless. Yes. Great job, PG. Love this channel. #1. Amen. Member for 5 months. Hey, Kim, you rock. You rock, girl. I appreciate that. God bless. But yeah, yeah. So, why is he saying this? Why is he saying this? Why is he, I'm going to tell you what. I think we know the who, because the who's, and it ain't who, it's who's. And those who's are #1 suspects in law enforcement's eyes. The who's, Don, Candace, Grandis. Where? Well, wherever wherever Candace left the property the first time and took her. That's where. How? Well, how they planned it out. They planned it out. They cut her hair. They had her dancing in for sale barrel. They took her to meet up with somebody. Week and a half later, they disappeared. Don's driving a Subaru because it has Starlink and he needs extra protection for his ass. And he fires his co-worker to be able to turn into the culprit that did it all, which didn't work out for him very well. So, Donald, I think we know who, where, when, and how. I think we, the people, have figured it out, and I truly believe law enforcement has figured it out as well. Is that why you're not coming back out here on YouTube, Donald? Is that why? Because it's been figured out, and it ain't long before law enforcement puts it all together and get your asses prosecuted on it. Probably is the reason. Is it because of the new flyers that just came out with you all on them, with you holding Summer? Did somebody see you where you guys went that day? Besides Dudley, did someone else see you all and it's going to be able to tell where you were? Probably, once these flyers get out all over the internet, I'm sure. Yeah. I think that this case is coming to a closure. I really think you guys know it, and a lot sooner than you want it to. Denzilla, I think I'm saying it right. I hope I am, girl. I appreciate it. 1 month. Member for 1 month. God bless. I appreciate the support for Summer's channel. Absolutely. God bless. I appreciate that. Who's being rude to Crooked Arrow? Who's being rude? Let's try to be nice to her, because I know that Daisy and Jinkies has turned Crooked Arrow away, and everybody seems to not be being nice to her here lately. And Sherry is Sherry, right? That's all I can say for her. It is what it is. But, let's do what the Lord would want us to do and treat her with respect and kindness and love in here. Sherry, I ain't being rude to you, hon. I ain't being rude to you at all. I wish and hope you the best. I really do. I'm sorry that you have been treated bad by the people that you loved and trust the most. I really am. I appreciate that. A beautiful sunflower. There we go. Remember, for 18 months. There we go, girl. God bless. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely appreciate that. Beautiful sunflower. She like my sister. I'm always talking with her. I'm always talking with her on chat. She's beautiful. Absolutely a beautiful soul. And I am absolutely grateful to have her and many other beautiful mods just like her in here. This channel has some absolutely awesome mods, and beautiful. Good night, Sherry. God bless, hon. God bless. I feel sorry for Sherry. I really do. I feel sorry for her. She thought she had an army behind her of good people, and only to find out they were a pit of snakes. And I'm sure that's a hard thing, hard thing to to actually deal with. Absolutely. I mean, I can't say I ain't been there myself, but for some people it's a lot harder than others, right? For some people it's a lot harder than others. I mean, I think Sherry actually, actually I think she actually really does care. She really does care what those people, about what those people done to her. Hopefully she can just consider the source and move on. There's a lot of other good people out here in the world and that she can affiliate herself with besides them, right? But one thing I can say about Sherry, she's holding true blue to them. She's holding true blue to them when they're not holding true blue to her. Um, you know, yeah, it is sad the way she done her. It is sad the way Day Day did her. Absolutely. I mean, she was really good to Day Day. She still is. She still is. She's still, you know, um, yeah. But Day Day's one of those people, man, that she sees your kindness as a weakness, right? Sometimes you got to put the steel toe boot. You got to pull out the steel toe boot on people like that. Let them know, you ain't going to put up their shit. Don't let that door hit you in the ass. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Sherry gave them some hell. If Sherry gave them some hell, they might like her more. They seem to respect people that don't take their shit, right? Or do they just like going to hate you for the rest of their fucking lives? All right. In that case, when it comes to me, they can pick a number and stand in line, right? I'm sure that Summer's real army over here doesn't give a flying F how they feel about us. But Sherry seems to care how they feel about her. And, that's the bad part. That's the bad part. Oh, no, she didn't. That's true, Lisa. That is so true. She did not respect the way, she did not respect Crooked Arrow, did she? She sure didn't. Crooked Arrow would go in there and give her all kinds of, um $50, and she would boot her. Right after she did it, she'd boot her. And then make Sherry cry to come back. And, and a lot of times if Sherry didn't ante up soon enough, she'd boot her. So she would ante up with the 50. I'm like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? She just booted your ass and you gonna come back and give her $50? Hell no. Hell no. I'd come back and freaking gave her a freaking turd pop to suck on. Yeah, she was really being, I'm gonna tell you something. They was taking Sherry to the cleaners. Absolutely taking that woman to the cleaners. They had her paying for trips that they were going on. They had her paying for all kinds of stuff. I mean, they would go shopping and she would send them money to do so. I tell you how much they were getting out of her. Chillbilly and Jinkies even went to her house, right? They went up to her house a couple of times. Actually, Chillbilly was trying to get her car. He was trying to get a car away from her. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, wow. You better stay away from them kind of people, right? You don't want them kind of people coming around. That was sad. Hey, Justin, I'm bringing you up, baby. There you go. How you doing tonight?
Are you talking about me, sinner?
Yeah.
What the hell? You old Satan sinner, you. How are you, PG?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm glad you
Um,
were able to shake that off.
yeah. Lord, the spirit was on me. I'm telling you, you had to get that Satan demon off of me.
Yeah,
Um,
I was
did
praying for you, man.
thank you. You cast it out of me.
Yeah, right back into her.
Yes. A cow with a snake head.
Yeah,
Uh,
viper
um,
there.
yes, viper with a cow with a rattlesnake tail. Um, did you see Don got pulled over?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. For speeding.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I
that's what he's going to court for.
November, I forgot when it's November 7th or 9th. I can't remember.
Right. Yeah. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Don Candace wants people to believe that they're still going to court over the boys, but they're not. The boys, their last dates with that was way back some time ago.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
they signed everything over to avoid prosecution.
yeah. That's over. The kid thing is over for them.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
it just is.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
now the boys are safe, and the only way that Don and Candace are ever going to see them again is if they get 18 and decide to go back. If they
Yeah.
turn
I
18
can't.
somewhere else, they won't be seeing them then, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine that happening.
I tell you what I would do if I was those boys. I tell you what I would do. When I turned 18, 19, 21, I don't know um, what kind of foster parents they have or whatever, but when they turn of age, if I was them, I would absolutely ask for my identity to be changed due to this case being so
Oh,
high.
when they're adopted, that'll happen.
Well,
When they're
I hope that
when
that the family does adopt them, so that they're they can go out and live peacefully under a new identity,
yes,
and make a new life in this world for themselves,
yeah,
away from all of this. That
yeah.
would be, I wouldn't ever contact. I would not ever. If I asked a judge to please not send me back there, I mean, if I was a child and I was that afraid to ever go
Hmm.
back, I'm going to tell you something. I sure in the hell would not ever return in my life to that place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the older kids, which every person, every child is different, but it
I
seems
think
like the older ones have it.
the only one that might return is the oldest boy.
Oldest boy, yeah.
But the rest I don't think will. That the two younger ones, I think that whoever adopts them will adopt them together, and I think they will cling to one another. And as they become of age, I think they'll go
Hmm.
elsewhere and stay. They'll break the ties.
Yeah, and from what I understand, they have a very good foster family and
Yeah.
willing to take all three of them and adopt them and stuff. And when that the adoption is official, they will have they will literally get new birth certificates.
The older one's not with them. The older
Um,
boy's not with
I've
the younger ones. They were separated early on because Candace had to set up. Candace had to set up two different. They were on the same. They were on the same um, time frame to talk with Candace,
yeah,
but they weren't together. What I
Yeah,
mean is she had to set up two different
Zooms
devices, two
calls.
different
Yeah.
devices in order to FaceTime with them.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think that they will all three be together. I think that, they was working something out maybe with the oldest one at the time.
Um, I don't know. And the last I heard, that the older one needed
Yeah.
more correctional
Right.
attention
Right.
than the younger two, and it just wasn't working out having him in the mix of it all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I'm not
time
saying
will
they
tell.
I'm not saying that they haven't or they won't somehow
Yeah.
rejoin them, but as of as of early on, um, they were separated,
Yeah.
and that is sad. I mean, it really is.
Hmm.
But when I think, and I really blame Donald for all of that too, because he was getting in that oldest boy's ear,
Yeah.
and I think that was a lot of the oldest boys'
Hmm.
problem as well. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but Don didn't care about the best interest of the kids
He didn't
because
treat them like kids. He treated them like adults.
he treated them like property,
Yeah.
and and he acted jealous of them. What I'm saying is, I asked him. I said, "Oh wow, you know, the holidays are coming up and Christmas." I said, what are you guys going to get the boys? What are you guys going to get the boys? Take the boys for Christmas?" And he's like, "Nothing." And I said, "What? Nothing?" And he's like, "Nothing." Sissy, nothing. And I was like, "Why not? Those are your kids. Of course you're going to buy them something." And he's like, "No, we ain't." He said, "They got plenty of shit where they're at.
He
People
acts
ain't no
jealous.
nothing but shit."
He
And
acts jealous.
wow, I don't care what they're getting. I would still want my kids to know that, I love them, and
Hmm.
that I would want them to have our gifts. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. Um, I didn't understand it. I just did not
Well,
understand.
they collected money for what was it? Uh, some type of Nintendo, and they never got it. The kids never got it.
Um,
Oh, Karen.
yes, God bless. I am fortunate, Summer. Um, Thank you for making me feel better about her. I've been blessed. I've been blessed in my life. So here's to you. Oh, I so
Oh,
appreciate it. God bless you. God bless. I appreciate that. Wow, she has really, really helped this channel out tremendously tonight. And even gave me money for my kids' snacks and stuff.
that's good.
That's beautiful, right? That is
Yes.
beautiful. I so appreciate it. I really do. God bless. God
Just
bless.
when Weber was gathering video game funds for the boys, Candace and Don said they only needed one game for them all. Maybe the oldest went back. Uh, I don't know, but I know that Don said he could get maybe a game station or something like that at a pawn shop. So yeah, good God, can you imagine at a pawn shop, PG? You haven't seen your kids in a year and a half at the time, and you're going to go to a pawn shop, a damn Nintendo with it's got orange juice on it and smells like stale ass and pork rinds. You know what I mean? It's like,
Exactly. And I'm going to tell you something. I know right where you're coming from because you know something, um, you want your kids to have new stuff. You know, I mean, yes, a game machine is very expensive, but if you look overall for 3 or 4 children, you know, like a game machine for 3 or 4 children, it adds up to really nothing per child.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and like that's what I do in my household. Um, at Christmas time, you know, if like a new game machine or something comes out, um, what you know, if that's what I know that my kids are wanting, what I'll do is start putting back a little, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and at Christmas, well, that's our gift. You know, that's the gift.
Exactly.
One gift, family gift. You know, yeah. I mean, I love gaming too. I don't get much time to do it anymore, but um, my kids love it as well. So you know, it's a gift for everybody, and and hey, it works. You know, like one year we actually got a computer. That's how we got a computer. You know, pitching pennies, and so I don't know what Don and Candace is thinking. I mean, they have 4 children.
Right.
A brand new game machine would have, you know, wouldn't have been anything for them to start saving and get for the kids if that's what the kids wanted at Christmas time.
Well, Don said he spent $100 a day on snacks.
Right.
Bullshit. I mean, Don, save 4 days. How about that?
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Um, I bet you Don didn't spend $25 in a whole week feeding those kids a whole week.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm sure, but I'm just being as sarcastic as he was. You know what I mean?
there's 7 days. Yeah, there's 7 days in a week. So okay, um, they get, you know, so it's $14 for their pizzas because I'm sure the kids didn't get a whole pizza to themselves. So they got 2 pizzas on dollar pizzas, and the kids had to split them. So that's $14. And then they usually got something to drink. And so, and the kids, all the kids got every day was a dollar store pizza and something to drink. So, it's like $25 a week. I tell you what he was spending the money on. He was spending the money on Candace's liquor, his liquor, their smokes, um, their substance abuse habits, gas for the vehicles. That's what was taking up all the money. And these kids were being deprived. They were being deprived. Um, nutritious, with nutrition, the right foods. They were being deprived of the right type of clothes. They were being deprived of the right size of shoes. They were being deprived of, soap and water and clean bed sheets and, just so many things. These kids didn't know what it was like to have a big, beautiful comforter set. They didn't know what it was like to have their bed stripped down and rechanged a couple times a week. They didn't know what it was like to have, pajamas, robes, and little house shoes
Exactly.
to get into. They didn't have a nightie drawer where, all of their jammies were kept and another drawer where their robes were kept or a little closet where they're hung up. They didn't have, a sock drawer, underwear drawer, a shirt drawer, all their little pants and dresses and things hung in a closet. Um, these kids know nothing about that. They know nothing about the life that most normal children live. I mean, they do now. I'm sure that the boys do now. But, before they had no idea what 3 meals were. They didn't know what, you know,
They
breakfast,
didn't
lunch,
even have a sheet on their bed. Not even a sheet.
right. And they sure didn't have, snacks and these kids didn't know what it was like to get up in the morning get breakfast, catch the school bus, go to school, you know, get lunch, and and have a parent that if you don't like the school lunches, okay, we'll pack your lunch. It's okay, you can carry a lunch bucket. Um, so we'll make lunch for you, and you know they don't know nothing about this life. When they get home, there wasn't, mom didn't have, sandwiches cut up on the table, um, you know, for them to eat, and potato chips laying out for them, and cold drinks for them. They, when they get home from school, they're hungry. They want a snack between school and dinner, and and also they'll sit at the table while they're eating that snack and do their homework as well. So their homework's done before dinner time, and then once they have dinner, they have time to watch TV, go outside, hang out with their friends. They have time to do something before it's time to come back in, get ready
Mm.
for bed, have a snack, and brush their teeth and actually climb in bed and call it a day. um
Look at poor Summer. I mean, she didn't freaking eat all day
you
and
know
went to bed probably hungry too.
I'm going to tell you, Justin, I can guarantee you that Summer didn't know what it was like. I bet none of the Welsh kids knew what it was like to cuddle up, right? To cuddle up on a sofa and have a storybook read to them, right?
Right.
I bet they didn't know what it was like to have the parents come in and say, "Hey, good night, I love you," you know, Godspeed the morning. I
Hmm.
don't know what it was like, to have someone come in and check on them, feel their little head, make sure that they're cool and they're doing
Yeah.
good. If they had sniffles or anything, I'm sure that if they were sick, they don't know what it was like to be held in their mother's arms and
Yeah.
rocked back and forth and told, "Hey, it's going to be okay. Listen, you know,
Can you
you."
imagine Candace comforting you when you were sick? She
Oh,
just doesn't have it in her. She just doesn't have it in her.
my kids, if they're sick, I'm going to tell you what, they get propped up on the sofa, during the day. They're propped up where I'm able to keep an eye on them. They got the remote control, they got tissues, they got everything they need. If they need
Exactly.
anything, I mean, I'm there like every 5 seconds, right? Do you need something? Are you okay? I mean, it's these kids knew nothing about
No
someone
idea.
who really cares, someone who really loves them, someone
And there's
who,
a lot of kids out there like that, PG.
I
I
know
see it all the time. It's terrible.
exactly. I have actually seen people send their children to school when there is no way in hell mine would have been going to a school that sick. No
No,
way.
absolutely.
Absolutely not. I mean, um, I know parents think that it is crucial and very important, for them to have their me time away from their kids and stuff, or you know, um, to not take any time off of work and things like that. But I'm going to tell you, in the future, you will realize that um, you should have been there. You should have been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know? um, if your child has any type of medical issues or anything like that, you better spend as much time with them as you possibly can, or you will regret that you didn't. It's crucial to, to be there because that child really needs you. Is scared, it depends on you, and you need to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Time is precious.
Amen. And little Summer, even healthy children, you know, they depend on mom and dad. They depend on you to step in front of them and make sure everything's always going to be okay,
We're all they got.
and protect them with everything you have because, they trust you. They trust you to do that. Do what they trust you to do. Do what God's gave you the strength, the courage, and all the things to do, for your children, for your loved ones, for your neighbors. I mean, you should just be there for people. Not just your children, but you should really love and treat all humans like that because everybody. That's really at the end of the day, the only thing people are really seeking in this world is kindness, caring, and love. They just
Everybody
want,
wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be accepted.
yes,
Absolutely.
they want to be treated like somebody, and everybody should. Everyone in this world has a right to be treated like somebody, and those kids were not ever treated like someone. They weren't ever treated like someone. Those kids had it so hard, man. These babies laid in the bed, and I mean, it was. Have you? I mean, I know for a lot of us in this world, at one time or another, we have ate something or took some type of medicine. We done something that caused us to break out in like hives or something, right? Every one of us have been ate up by mosquitoes before, and it just like hell. Well, most of us have had poison ivy, right? And
So
it's
imagine under
hell.
your skin, scabies,
I'm going to tell you something. These kids laid in those beds
sin.
and they literally was going through hell.
I
They
mean,
could not sleep. How could
PG,
they sleep
th-
like that?
think about it. A normal kid, if they get lice or something, you clean the beds, Lysol everything, you wash it, you disinfect it and everything. They laid in it without a sheet night after night,
Right.
water
Mhm.
marks up to the walls, mold, mildew, cups, food, just a sin. Not
And what?
because they had to, because their parents didn't give a wooden nickel.
Right. Right. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Um, no way, no way in hell. I'm going to tell you right now. For one, I'm going to tell you about normal parents, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm going to tell you what. Parents who keep everything clean and really care about their kids and so forth, they ain't going to let their kids hang with kids like the Wells. They're not. What I'm saying is, you don't let your kids. You don't
Hmm.
let your. If you know that a family's always got lice or scabies or something going, you keep your kids away from them.
Well, I
And
know,
you
I know
just
that
do.
the kids were really picked on the bus. I do know
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
that breaks my heart because it's not the kids' fault.
You know what?
It's just not the kids' fault, but the
You don't
parents.
understand. When they got on that bus, they were stinking. They were stinking because of all of them cats and
Yeah.
all of the dogs in the house and all of that. That house probably smelled like hell. And that odor was all over their clothes,
Hmm.
all over it was their. And Candace and Donald didn't care. Those kids were getting on the bus with shoes too big, you know, looked like they would fit
Clothes, adult clothes. They
right.
just look sad.
And they had to go on there, they had to get on that bus smelling to high heaven with, awful looking clothes and stuff on. And, you know, and they were itching, they were scratching, and the other kids were like moving away from them. And and Don and Candace didn't care because, and these kids were kids that were afraid to tell them were afraid to say that they were itching, were afraid to say anything because they would get hit or smacked or shut up, Um, they were living in hell. These kids were living in pure hell, believe it or not. And you have people that are supporting parents that abuse children like this. Are you kidding me? I don't understand it. I really do not understand how anyone can support two people that allowed this to go on. I mean, Candace done nothing to make those kids' lives better, and Don Wells sure the fuck didn't.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right. It's really, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
There's always, we've all went to school, and there's always that, that family or those kids that, come to school and whatever they find, picked up off the floor or wherever. And, they're just coming to get by at school and get a meal, really.
That's what I'm saying, Arctic. I don't even know. It, it really can, it makes me sick when I hear people talk about, oh, Can was such a good mom. Can loved her kid. No,
No. Ask
no,
her, there's 7 human beings that she's given life to. Not one she has raised. Not
right.
one.
Not one. Not one.
She doesn't have it in her. It's not within her. I don't even think she's mentally capable of raising kids. And I mean, how anyone can support and say that they are good parents and didn't do anything wrong, you are either blind or just don't care. Don't care.
Exactly.
I mean, it's one or the other. Because I mean, it's not even negotiable that those children were neglected.
Right. And they even abuse the animals. They got these animals up there like
Oh,
they had all of these dogs and all these animals up there acting like, they were some fucking heroes that were saving all the puppies that nobody else wanted. And really, in all reality, we find out that they was up there. Actually, these dogs had scars and everything on them from, being um
bullets, the BBs, and all that.
yeah, exactly. You know,
I
how
wouldn't give Candace a pet rock to take
no,
care of.
absolutely not. She would probably she'd probably get a hammer and beat the fucking hell out of it, right? Smash it into dust.
Absolutely, absolutely, she certainly would. I mean, there's nothing on 110 that that living that they should be taking care of.
Exactly.
They're too self-centered, caring about themselves, their own wants, and their own needs. And that's just not love. Love, you put, others' needs before your own,
True. Absolutely true.
especially when they depend on you for life and everything.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. I'm telling you, those guys, you know, I'm glad, I really am glad. I thank God that I can find the humor in all of this. and I so greatly appreciate it because, you know, this is really a tough case. It's a very exhausting case as well. And um I'm sure Justin knows what I'm talking about when I say, it will make your mind race to the point you can't sleep.
Mm, God, I pray all the time, Lord, just let this be over. Just please, please, but just please, just find a resolution, Lord.
You fight to turn your mind off to get to sleep, only to find yourself waking up with all these things running through it, um, over this case, and it is super. I mean, overwhelming. And it's like, and I'm going to tell you, law enforcement's going through the same thing. I'm going to tell you the difference between cases. Some cases you take over. This case takes you over. That's the
Yeah,
difference. That's the difference. And that's what is so exhausting for law enforcement too, because this isn't a case they took over. This is a case that took them over. And that is a tough one.
well, and people say all the time, they're like, well, you guys stay stuck on Summer's case. There's creators that stay stuck on Summer's case. I'm like, there's nothing more that I would like than to move on. You know what I mean? There's nothing more,
Hmm.
trust me, but I am not quitting Summer. Everyone
Absolutely.
gave up on her. I'm not. It's not going to happen.
Not in
We're
this
going
one.
to we're going to see this through. We
Amen.
have to see this through. I cannot move on until I see this through.
Amen.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I still cover, other cases and stuff, but like Summer, like everyone gave up on her. Parents didn't give a shit.
Candace got rid of that puppy. She had that puppy, and she said she gave it back to the owner. I'm not sure what happened to it, but I do
Probably,
know. I know
probably.
it's gone. And she sat there and cared more about
Uh,
that puppy than she did her missing daughter.
well, didn't you hear that there was? I think the dog got hit in Arkansas.
I heard.
Hmm.
I heard that
Hmm.
that happened, but
Yep.
you know, I can't verify it.
I can't
Um,
verify it either, but I heard that the dog got hit, and I wouldn't surprise me. It got out and got hit. She said she gave it back to the owner. I beg to differ.
Absolutely. Yeah, they won't pay child support, but they pay $200 fines or whatever it costs to
Oh,
break the law and be back on YouTube, begging people for more money so they can keep screwing up. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what they are, screw ups, right? Screw up.
PG, I'm gonna have to ask. I see you in the morning because someone that was at that hotel sent a note or a Facebook message and told us the story about that, about the dog. I can't. It's been a while, but about the dog getting hit or something. I need to ask. I see you in the morning.
Right.
Go through that.
Okay. Yeah. Um,
I'm going to dig through that. It wouldn't surprise me. There's just not. I mean, you know.
oh, where you from says Candace said also after riding in Arkansas, it got hit by a car. And I heard her say that she gave it back to the owner.
Well,
That's what I heard her
she
say.
did say that on Daisy. She said that she gave it back to the owner, but we know Candace lies like a rug.
But Daisy said, Daisy told the lady those chickens were fine, and 43 of them were missing heads, right?
Right. I mean, of course, we know that she'll lie for her. So
So, absolutely. That is my fan that you guys are hearing. Because when I deal with this case and get pissed off, it makes me sweat.
when I'm live, I always have a fan on me too.
I'm serious. I'm serious. Sometimes I come in here and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, my house is so cool, so cold, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt. By the time I get off of here, man, the sweatshirt's been thrown
You're
off.
down to the bra.
For
I
real.
know. I was live today, and I was like, I don't need to wear blush because my damn cheeks are so red right now. I can feel my pulse, beaming through my brain right now. Boom, 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 by the time
Exactly.
who needs blush when you got this case when you're talking about Don and Candace?
Exactly. It's like, I promise you, a lot of times I get off my lives and all I want to do is just, go out in the backyard and jump in the damn pool.
Yeah.
Tell Mom, take me away.
Yeah. Lavender said, "Hell, I'm naked."
Right.
You're funny, Lavender.
Ain't got nothing left on. Anyway, might as well jump in the pool.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
It's crazy. But
It is
yeah,
crazy.
I am straight up serious. You're sitting there like pouring sweat. You're so
Yes.
pissed off. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, and I don't know how people live the way Don and Candace live.
I don't want to know who is naked and who is not.
Yeah. But how do people live the way they live on a daily basis for decades?
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know how they live because ain't no way in hell I could live like that. I'll tell you right now. Lord have mercy. I don't. I'm gonna tell you something. I go visiting, you know, um, on the weekends and sometimes in the evenings through the week and so forth. I'm one of those. I'm not going to get on YouTube or Facebook or whatever to see how people are doing. I'm pull up in the car with coffee and a can of cookies or some donuts or and here I go, coffee and knocking on the door and hello, how you doing? Come to see ya, because I have a need to know. And
Mm-hmm.
and I pick some hell of times to knock on people's doors too. I mean, right? And but if I walk in and like my girlfriend or even if it's family, I don't care who it is. If I walk in and there's a sink full of dishes and things that look like they need to be taken care of, let me tell you something. I'm on it, right?
Yeah.
Let's have some coffee and how about if we talk in here in the kitchen? And while we're talking, I am, wiping down counters, I'm doing dishes, and you don't know how many times I walk into places and I just can't handle it. I mean, I will pull your damn vacuum out and vacuum the floor. Straight up, I'm serious. I really will. And if your vacuum isn't working, well, I'll tell you what. If I can't fix it, we are going to take a trip. We're going to go talking on our way to
Yeah.
the nearest place that sells one,
Yeah.
and bring that sucker back, because people's places need to be clean, right? And
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I got one girlfriend. She is so hilarious. She is so hilarious. I went knocking on her door one day, and she opens it up and she sees me and she shuts it back. She shut the door back on my face. I was like, and then I was like, I got puffy. I got all huff and puffy. I'm like, girl, you better open that door. What are you doing? I told her, I said,
You hear the vacuum fire up.
I was out there on her porch hollering, girl, they better be somebody in there with you. You better be trying to save me. And she opens the door and she's like, my house is a mess and I know you're going to be trying to clean it.
That's funny.
She is so silly. But yeah, I'm going to tell you something. She is hilarious. She's hilarious.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, people crack me up. But, where you see a need, put your hands in. Put your hands
Make
in.
it better. Make it better.
Absolutely. It don't take that much. It don't take that much to be, a good parent. It all starts with love. It all starts with love. If you really
Absolutely.
love people around you, then you want to keep everything clean. You want to,
Bingo. Yes.
and and I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by all means. I'm going to tell you
Nobody
something.
is.
Yeah, do I try to get up every day, and I'm the first up. I'm the first that gets ready, and then I get all the kids up, right?
Right.
By the time my kids are getting up, I have already got up, got ready, done had coffee, done picked up this, picked up that, done this, done that, get them up, and then I'm making their beds, um, you know, grabbing dirty laundry out of their dirty laundry baskets, um, you know, and because things have to be done, and they're getting ready, also for the day, and it's a process.
It's your routine.
And everybody, they come down, they have to, eat breakfast, which I already have on the table. And, and after they eat breakfast, then, I immediately am putting all that into the sink and, trying to get it into the dishwasher, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dishwasher, so I wash the dishes before I put them in there. So basically, all the dishwasher does is rinse the dishes, and dries them so that I can put them away. And a lot of times, I don't even do that. A lot like supper dishes, because in the morning with breakfast and stuff, sometimes I'll do it due to the fact that I have to start work at a certain time. The kids got to start school and everything, and I am not going to leave them in the sink because that will freak me out. So,
Yeah.
But supper dishes, I don't put them in the dishwasher. I wash them, rinse them, and dry them and put them away.
Right.
I do everything like tonight. This evening I made barbecue ribs and smashed potatoes and greens and
Yeah.
a big dinner tonight. And my kids, they love barbecue anything. You barbecue anything, my kids will eat it.
Yeah.
They are definitely into barbecue. Um, except one. I've got one,
Yeah.
and I promise you, I don't think the kid has taste buds. I really don't. 'Cause
There's always one in the house.
I got one child that does not eat any type of cookie. It loves chips.
Yeah.
Chips it will eat. Um, it'll drink soda pop, stuff like. But when it comes to cakes and cookies and chocolate and stuff, no way. That
Not a
it
sweet.
just don't nothing to do with any type of candies or anything. And the same one, everything plain. I mean, if you're
A
making chicken,
cheeseburger.
don't barbecue their chicken.
Yeah.
Um, don't if you're making spaghetti, put butter on their spaghetti. Don't no salt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, you know, um, I'm like, wow, where did I get you? I might need
Yeah.
a DNA. Right?
Yeah.
I might need a DNA on that one. But yeah, it's like that one's really, really something.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't and it doesn't like ribs at all. It likes pork chops. It likes pork chops, not ribs. Um,
Right.
I'm like, I don't know the difference because it's all pork, right? But if it makes sense to them, okay, it's going to make sense to me.
Right.
And anyhow, so I had to end up making pizza for that one. It does love pizza.
Mm.
So I had to end up making pizza for it, but everybody else had barbecue ribs and the potatoes and everything else I made. Um, I even made some sweet potatoes. Oh my God, they were so good,
I
right?
love sweet potatoes. I
Oh, I
love
do
sweet
too.
potatoes.
I'm gonna tell you, I sew butter and sugar mine down. Um, I
Me
love
too.
butter and sugar on mine. Do you? And marshmallows.
Yep. Yep.
I love marshmallows on. I was
I
out of
can
butter.
live or live without the marshmallows, but I gotta have butter and brown sugar. Gotta have the butter and brown sugar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't do them without the sugar and the butter. But but I do love marshmallows. I do love marshmallows on them. And I was out of marshmallows though, so it's like, oh well. Um, but yeah, and usually I make a big old pan of cornbread to go with it.
Hmm.
When I do barbecue ribs and stuff like that. But tonight I did Italian. I just did Italian bread instead of the cornbread, and I so wanted to make some cornbread, but I just
Mm.
running out of time. Um, so because my kids, like we have dinner at the same time, like every night, and they are already sitting at the table. Right?
Right.
Like I don't have time to whip up cornbread because half of them's already showing up. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, PG, I've got to jump down. I'm at 2% on my phone. I need to find my charger.
That's me.
I'm, I thought it died because it just beeped. All right, honey. Love you.
Hey, I love you too. God
All
bless.
right. Nighty night. Bye
Thanks
bye.
for coming up and spending some
Of
time with
course.
me.
Of course. I love. Bye.
Yeah, I love Justin. He is such a sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart. Anyway, there were some more things that I wanted to go over. Yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up. Thanksgiving is coming up, and um, does anybody else do a test run? Does it like every Thanksgiving? I like make a turkey. I make a couple of turkeys before Thanksgiving. Um, I don't know why. I guess because you don't know me. Um, I got like the fire department is on speed dial, right? And the they have like this new smoke detector that actually will alert law enforcement if if that if it detects smoke. And I was like, oh hell no, I can't have one of those. Not me. Um, because I'd be in trouble, right? I would be in trouble. Like I look like I look like I'm just making regular food, and it looks like a Japanese kitchen fire shooting up, Yeah, it looks like I'm stir frying everything. Right? Me and an oven get along great, but me and the top of the stove, oh hell no. Um, it Me and the top of the stove don't work. We don't work well together. So I don't know. Yeah, I do. I do a test run on my turkeys. Um, so usually I do at least a couple before Thanksgiving. Um, because at Thanksgiving you're going to have a bunch of company. I mean, if you screw up on the first two, it doesn't matter, right? You can hide it. But Thanksgiving, you ain't going to be able to hide that one. Right? So every year I have to do this test run. And I promise you, I really like, trust me, after Thanksgiving and Christmas, we don't want no more turkey for a while. That's how much turkey we end up getting. Oh, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter what kind of stove I cook on. I can cook on electric. I can cook on gas. I can cook on any type. And I promise you, I don't know how the hell I do it, but trust me, um, I don't know. I don't know how I shoot those fireballs to the ceilings and stuff, but I know one thing. I know the fire department, you know, the fire department needs to learn how to treat me better. that's what that's what I got to tell them. They got to learn to be nicer because they could get awful. They could get awful ugly sometimes. Like one time, and you know, one time I promise you, um, I didn't even start the fire. I don't even know how it started. That's the truth. I don't know how it started, and I didn't see the fire guy. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know that he had already ran in. I didn't even see him behind there. And I had this little fire extinguisher thing, you know, that sprays the stuff to put it out. And and I promise you, I didn't see him. And I squirted it, and man, was he pissed off. He really got mad. He took it from me. Um, he got pretty upset. I mean, you shouldn't grab things out of people's hands when it belongs to them. Yeah, he was real upset. Thank God that other two or three guys came in behind me when I was squirting him and calmed him down before he could get to me. But he still took it away from me. Had some harsh words to say. They are cranky. I promise you, those firefighters. No, I'm going to tell you something. The one that took the fire extinguisher thing out of my hands, away from me after I sprayed him, and I didn't see him, and I wouldn't even have sprayed him if he wouldn't have raised up, you know, as I was trying to put the flames out. I didn't know he was back there trying to stomp it out or whatever the hell he was doing. But anyway, he was big. He wasn't little and chunky. He was pretty good size, right? I was like, damn. And kind of mean too. Oh yeah, honey baked ham is the bomb. It is. It is the bomb. Absolutely. Yeah, me and the firefighters don't get along. I don't have to worry about ever I don't have to ever worry about dating or having anything to do with a firefighter, right? I mean, if things didn't work out between me and my fiance, firefighters are off the list. Right? It just wouldn't work out. I can't put up with firefighters, man. They're too irritable. They get all ugly just because, and don't even have to be your fault. And they still get mad. I had a toaster catch on fire one time. And yeah, I promise you, it just went up in flames for no reason. It just went up in flames. I always unplug the toaster now. Always unplug the toaster. But it just went up in flames on its own. It was plugged in, and like I walked into the kitchen and it was like blazing. Fire was shooting out of it. Yeah, only with me. That's it. Only with me. Nobody else has ever had a toaster catch on fire on its own. Really? Come on, somebody had to have a toaster catch on fire before. You had to. I did. I know I did. And yeah, they got all ugly. Even though, I had it thrown out the door before they even got there. It was crazy. No, this was a real freaking 4-slice toaster. This was a real 4-slice toaster. And I'm telling you, it went up. It just was blazing on its own. I don't know why the hell that thing caught on fire. But it did. All by itself. Like nobody was using it. No one was using it or nothing. It just was blazing. I have no idea. I have no idea why it went up in smoke. But it did. Yeah, we might do. That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that is the truth. I do unplug the toaster every time after I use it. I unplug. Matter of fact, before I go to bed, I always make sure it's unplugged because my kids will make toast and not unplug it. So I make sure that toaster is not plugged up. Absolutely, I do. Yeah. Guess what? I was listening to these true stories today. I wanted to tell you guys about. Matter of fact, I'll tell you after I take care of Summer's case here, because there's some things I wanted um to finish getting out tonight. But as soon as I get her case taken, I'm going to tell you about this true story that I listened to earlier today. Well, I had some free time.
Dad, it was really pretty awesome. I always look forward to coming home to the kids and having a good time with them. I worked all the time, but I always love to come home.
Did you hear him lie? Did you hear him lie? Oh, when I was a good dad, and I always liked to come home and hang out with the kids. Yeah. Bullshit, Donald. On June the 15th, 2021, you made a phone call to Candace. Your boys were at home. And you said, well, I don't want to go home and be alone. And I just go ahead and finish working. I asked you, I said, did you know the boys were home? You said, yeah, but Candace and Grandis and them wasn't there. So that's the same as you being alone. Right? So what the hell you mean? You're such a good dad. You didn't even want to go home and be with your boys that day. That was an opportunity for you to go home, spend some time with your sons. And you didn't. Right? You didn't. So we don't want to hear that bullshit. We don't. Oh my God. This is the kind of stuff that kind of like, what?
When I got home, and there was a couple of police cars there, so we was really scared to death, and we was just hoping, for the first few days that she'd be found. I think that this is some kind of a professional situation that took her and was probably watching for a while.
His theories don't stop there.
I mean, she's obviously not in school anywhere, or there's no record of her anywhere, so she's either, in someone's basement, or she's deceased, or we just don't know, or in another country.
Did you hear that? Wow.
I think it's fairly easy to get anything out of the country, in my opinion. It's not easy to get into the country, but it sure is easy to get out of the country.
Wow. Did you hear that? It's not easy to get into the country, but it's easy to get things out of the country. I beg the difference with you, Donald. I beg the difference with you. It's not easy to get things into this country. I think a whole lot of illegal stuff is in this country, right? A whole lot. Matter of fact, I think it's probably easier to get in than out, if I had to say. If I had to say. Because, they check you. They actually check you when you're going into other places. This is like the only place that they think looking at you and saying, go on, is checking you. Yeah. Try to go over into Canada, Donald, and it's not as easy to go over as it is to come back. That's for sure.
Do you believe Summer's still alive?
I have no idea. I have no clue. If she is, I really don't know.
This guy, yeah. How does he know she's in somebody's basement? Exactly.
There's no way of telling.
Do you know what happened to Summer?
I don't know how you answer a question like that. I've had that question asked to me before. If I asked you that question, how would you answer? I'm Summer's dad.
Listen. Watch his face. Watch his face. Watch his face down here.
Question asked to me before. If I asked you that question, how would you answer?
Look at his face. Does that look like the face of a grieving dad? Does that look like a face of a grieving father? A grieving dad that has lost his daughter? Look at him. That's the face of a real piece of fucking shit right there. I don't care what anybody says. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. He's got a fucking smirk. Exactly. A fucking smirk. How can you sit there and smirk if you truly had a missing daughter that you had no idea what happened to? No. I'm going to tell you what, this guy right here is a special kind of fucking evil. A special kind of fucking evil. Right there, it really is. Look at that smirk. Real fucking asshole, right? I'm going to tell you something. He didn't care about them kids. Don Wells cares about nothing. Nothing. Period. There's some people just like that. There's some people that just, they have no feelings. None whatsoever. Usually, it's one parent or the other that is like this. To get two of them together at once, like Candace and Donald, man, that's a fucking rarity. It's a rarity, but they're together, right? They're together. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's that kind of shit right there that makes me sick. It's that, I'm going to tell you something.
Dad, it was really pretty awesome. I don't know how you answer a question like that. I mean, I've had that question asked to me before.
Look at him. He wants to laugh.
I mean, if I asked you that question, how would you answer?
You see? Like, he's so fucking proud of himself. So absorbed in himself. Right? Well, I tell you how I would answer Don Wells. I would have said no. I don't. I don't know what happened to her. And that is what's eating me up and killing me every fucking day. That is exactly what's going to probably end up destroying me. Is fucking not knowing. That's what a normal parent would say. That would be their answer, you fucking dick. Maybe next time you get asked, that can be your answer. Seeing that you like to use other people's answers anyway. Because you're a heartless piece of shit that has no answers. Because you're not truly in it. You're not truly in it. And you're not truly in it due to the fact that you fucking already know what happened. That's why you're not given the right answers. That's why you don't know how to answer. Like a real parent with a missing child. That's the problem. That's my opinion, but I'm sure I'm right. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. I take your smirk, man. I hope that fucking smirk ends up where it belongs. Fucking locked away for life. Right? That's where it belongs. Wow. Yeah. See, that's the shit that often keeps you awake at night.
I do watch you though every day, you and Ziggy.
Thank you for your support, lovely.
I just appreciate everything that you all are doing for summer. I really do. And if I tell you where I'm from, I'm afraid somebody will know who I am.
Don't do it then.
Ziggy knows where I'm from.
Well, how would they know where you're from or who you are? What do you mean?
Because I'm well known around here.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think.
I told you where I worked at.
You might have. I talked. There for a while. I was talking to so many people. I talked to a lot of people today still, but.
Plus, I'm going to tell you where I worked at, too, so everybody will know.
Okay. Wait, didn't you
Police
say?
department.
Yes, that's right. You worked at the sheriff's department. That's
Sheriff's Department for 27 years.
Yeah.
I can hear it in your voice. I already know.
I remember now. Because, yeah. When he said police department, I'm like, yep, he was right. She did work for the.
That's, yeah.
27 years I worked at the Sheriff's Department.
What did you do there? Did you tell me, or you don't have to say? It's not important.
What didn't I do there?
Did you have a question for Benny that you were wanting
No,
to
I
ask?
just really wanted to come up and say hi to you and say hi to Benny because I've never said hi to Benny before. And
okay, well, that was nice.
I want to thank you for your. I want to thank you for your public service, madam. 27 years in criminal justice. That's something to be proud of, man. You did your duty. I find that as admirable as going overseas to fight for foreign politics. It's a beautiful thing.
it's rough, boys. I'm glad I'm out of it, though.
Well, you're better for it. Let me ask you a question since you're here.
All right.
You still got? I don't want to know what you still got connections with the Hawkins County. I'm sure you do, don't you?
Shoot, yeah, honey, I know about all of them.
So you know the undercurrent of what's going on. You don't have to speak on it, but do you know more than the internet knows?
No, they're hush hush. They won't even tell me. So.
Okay.
And that is true. That is true. They've got a lot of stuff they're doing behind the scenes, and they are actually keeping it more hush now than they was at this point in time.
Good to know. That's good to know.
The only thing the sheriff told me to ask you was to find out where or what took her 4 hours to call the sheriff's department.
4 hours?
Yeah.
What?
He said if you want to tell YouTube anything, ask him why it took 4 hours for her to call the sheriff's department.
Oh.
There you heard it. There you heard it. Right there. 4 hours. 4 hours. That puts it at 2:30. It puts it at the 2:30 mark. Meaning that this, as I said before, this video was taken before.
She still got her arm up?
No.
Oh, that's what I was trying to catch.
No, that wasn't what you were trying to catch, Candace. Absolutely not. That was not what you was trying to catch. What you were trying to catch is a timestamp on that phone of Summer still being with you in that vehicle close to home. That's what you were catching. That's what you were catching, was a timestamp. I'm telling you, they really played that out and planned it. They thought to a T. But it's unraveling. It's unraveling now. Everything's unraveling at a fast pace. At a very fast pace. They ain't cooperating with law enforcement because they know law enforcement has pretty much put this puzzle together, just like we have, to what had happened June 15th, 2021. And who did it on June the 15th, 2021, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. And I'm not saying that this, this is I'm not saying this is truth. I don't know. It's just an assumption. It's an assumption. Okay? That's all it is. I'm not saying, oh yeah, this is, definitely for sure what it is. And you guys got your opinions. I got mine. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But I'm going to pull out something new tonight. And hopefully you guys, take a look. I'm not saying that there's, like I said, I am not saying there's any truth to it. It's just an assumption, something that, I took in consideration. And it could be possible, could not be possible. I don't know. But I'm going to bring it out and let you guys see what you think of it. So don't anybody get all, your feathers up in the air on PG. It's just an assumption. Something that I thought about could possibly might be true. I don't know. Now, before I pull this up, I want you to know that June 15, 2021 was close to Father's Day, right? It was close to Father's Day. Candace seemed to go to the horse pond and only with Summer. She had planned on taking Summer supposedly fishing at the horse pond. She was going to the horse pond that day anyhow. Regardless if Hunter went or not, these were plans obviously they had already made for her to take Summer to the horse pond. And she left all the boys behind. Now, it was really close to Father's Day, and who works at the horse pond? Roy Cotton, right? Roy Cotton works at the horse pond. Well, I don't know. Like I said, this is an assumption. Father's Day happened to be on the 20th, Sunday the 20th. She shows up. She was taking Summer there on the 15th. This is just a few days before Father's Day, right? She's supposed to have been taking her fishing, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen. What did happen, was Dudley got fired. Don was driving the Subaru, and Summer came up missing. That did happen. That all did happen. But I want to show you guys something here. Take a look at Summer. And this is a picture of Candace when she was a child. This is Summer. Now, Summer to me, she don't look a lot like Candace. She doesn't look a lot like Candace to me. She ain't got Candace's chin. Candace got a thin upper lip. Summer don't. Candace has got more definition in her face than Summer. Actually, Candace kind of looks like a cartoon, if you ask me, as a child. She's got like that, and not that she ain't pretty. It's just that she's got a cartoon look. There's Donald. If you take a look, I could say she looks more like Donald. If I had to pick between Candace and Donald, I'd say, well, she's got more features, kind of like Donald does. Right? Now, this is Candace, older. This is Summer. I don't, I still don't think that Summer looks so much like Candace. And see Donald's chin? Summer's chin's different. You guys take a look for yourself. Now, wait till the next picture. What do you guys think? I mean, Summer's chin kind of looks like this guy's chin. her eyes, her nose, the great big forehead, the hair color. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know, what do you think? If you think she looks like this guy, put a 1 in the chat. I mean, I'm not saying she does or doesn't. What I'm saying is, you know, possibility. Possibility. I don't know. I mean, he did say he was with Candace. He told Fred that he had been with Candace. Jose was with Candace. I mean, you know, Candace wasn't faithful, right? She wasn't faithful to Donald. We know that. Candace was not faithful. Could Candace have been going to the horse pond because, you know, she knows something that obviously Donald didn't? I don't know. Did maybe Donald did know? I don't know. Like Donald said, and I think you guys have all heard it, that, you know, a person will do anything to get a fix. And we do know that, you know, he's loaned Candace out before, right? He said over in Arkansas, he told the one guy that, you know, he could have Candace if he treated her right. Remember? And then he said the guy didn't treat her right. What was Donald? You know, what was Donald? Sounds to me like Donald should have been wearing a, you know, it sounds to me like Donald should have been wearing a pink or purple suit with a hat on his head, right? Driving some kind of big car. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, it sounds like Donald might have been loaning out his women. I don't know. But for some reason, you know, Candace wasn't afraid of him. I mean, she brings a man into the house while he's gone and then still keeps the man after he comes back. Right? You tell me what the hell's going on up there. So, I don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, Summer does seem to have this guy. I mean, the chins work out. The face structure works out. The nose, eyes, big forehead, I don't know. Kind of looks like it to me. It could be. It could be. I mean, what I'm saying is it matches up more than that, right? It seems to match up more than that. I don't know. You know, I just thought I'd bring it to people's attention, right? I just thought I would bring it to your attention. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I don't know. I try to, you know, I'm trying to ask myself, where does Roy Cotton fit in all of this? You know, and he did end up, you know, unalived. And Fred Hill was being questioned about him. You know, did Fred know something? Did Fred know that possibly Candace might have been, you know, Fred said that Candace was doing something with Roy. Now, you can't believe a damn thing Candace says because Candace tried to deny knowing the guy over in Arkansas until police reports were pulled up to say, oh, you're a lying bitch, right? Candace is a deny unless you got something on paper that, you know, puts her there. That's the thing. Now, is it a possibility that law enforcement may already know or suspect this themselves? I don't know. Could Fred have known something like this and enlighten law enforcement with it? Possibility. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, we got to look at everything in this case. Roy Cotton's fitting somewhere in it. He's fitting somewhere in it. And it was very close to Father's Day, and she was wanting to take Summer there by Summer's self as well. By Summer's self. Without the boys, without, she wanted to just take Summer there. And that's where he works. So I don't know. Right? She seemed to like to be at that horse pond an awful lot. Until Summer got gone and Roy got on live. So I don't know. He had a girlfriend. Even if he wasn't working there at the time, his girlfriend was. He had a girlfriend that did work there. So he would have still been there because that's where his girlfriend worked. Right? That's where his girlfriend was working. And that's where he had worked. And also, it's pretty close to, it's pretty close to other places that he was associated with. So I don't know. I don't know. Was he going to meet him there that day? Did he meet him there that day? I don't know. I have no idea. The CPS case, I believe, is closed. I mean, I'm not, even after a case gets closed, what they call, in court, even after all the papers has been drawn up and the case has, been finalized with the court system, it still takes time for all that paperwork to be filed and so forth and so on. I mean, it's still a process. It's still a process. It usually takes a few weeks, but with everything going on right now and as slow as everything's moving in our systems right now, I mean, what I'm saying is we really haven't recovered completely. We really have not recovered completely from, the BS scare of the big C word. So, it's still being used it's still being used right now to, as an excuse, not to fill up our stores, not to, push everything through our court systems. What I'm saying is I think the big C word made a lot of people lazy as hell. And they just ain't got off their asses and back to work yet. Completely. So, with that being said, that's why everything's moving so slowly. People really need, to get moving again. Our economy and everything is really suffering right now from the fact that any place you go, they ain't got nothing. right? They ain't got nothing. And they're still using it to say, oh, everything's backed up because of it. And and a lot of places are still on appointments, right? They're still on appointments. What the hell? Nobody's wearing masks anymore. Everything must be done and over with. So why have we not got back on our feet? Why is everything not speeded up and and been be getting done right? That's my question. If you ask me, I don't know. I'm just like the rest of you guys. I'm just going along for the ride and basically waiting out all the bullshit too, right? But I just, I mean, I ain't ever seen this country in worse shape than it's in right now. That's all I'm saying. I mean, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I guess they're going to drag out them damn high prices as long as they can. Who knows? I mean, it could be 20 years down the road and they'll still be, talking about the C word, causing everything to run slow, run different. I have no idea. I just know it totally sucks. Not seeing, and not like that, but a lot of the reason why everything ain't picking up and going full blast too is because our country was relying on the place where the C word came from, right? So that didn't help much either. This country's going to have to get off its ass and start relying on itself, get self-efficient again, and then we won't have to worry about, our stores being full and having all the things that we need. And to be honest with you, I think we would have better stuff. I think we would have, better stuff. It won't break down in a week, right? I mean, I hate to say it, but we buy a lot of bullshit today. It used to be that, you went out and bought something that you really bought something. It didn't cost that much and it lasts for years. You buy stuff now and a week later it breaks and it's in the garbage, right? It breaks and it's in the garbage. Nothing holds up. Nothing holds up like it once did. I mean, just like new build homes. You buy a new build home and a damn thing, it's not going to stand 100 years. It ain't going to stand no 100 years. It's fabricated. It's thrown together. It's not going to, it's not going to last. You buy one of them old homes, that damn thing will be there when you're gone, right? It'll be there. That thing will be there 4 or 5 generations later when, it'll house. Some of them homes look like they house people for eternity if you keep the maintenance up on them. Like they'll be there when everything else is gone. So that's what I'm talking about. Right? You don't get stuff like that anymore. Walk in a hardware place and ask them for some solid wood. Ask for some solid wood. Man, they ain't unless you're going to go get the Amish to build it. You're not getting solid wood. You're not getting solid oak cabinets. You're not getting the good solid stuff that's going to last. That you can hand down to your kids and and they can hand to their kids and, you know, and their kids, right? You ain't going to get that. They say, oh, this is solid wood, and no, buddy, I don't think it is. You know, when I can knock on the inside of it and it's flapping in the wind on the outside, that ain't solid wood. I don't know what the hell solid wood is to you, but that shit ain't solid wood. I mean, it might be a solid wood, thin sliced, right? But when I say solid wood, I mean, you know, a real thick piece of solid wood, not your damn thin slice that you glued onto this sucker. A sheet of solid wood. Yeah, I mean, they give you particle board and stuff now, right? The shit that it gets wet, it crumbles. And you know, you go from the upstairs to the basement in like 3 seconds. Solid wood floors, you don't even hear that anymore. You want solid wood floors, you have to buy an old house. You would have to buy an old home. You ain't going to get solid wood floors in no new makeshift freaking house unless you build it have it built yourself. And you know, and like I said, you probably have to get the Amish to build it if you want real solid wood. Back in the day, type floors and stuff. And it would cost you a real pretty penny to get that done. You know, you see people move into, you know, these beautiful homes, these new homes and stuff, and they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And don't get me wrong, you know, my home's beautiful too, but it's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of maintenance. You're always, you know, you're always having to take care of everything to, you know, because you know, new homes are not built to last forever. You know, you constantly have to be keeping them up. I'm a brick house. There you go, Crooked Arrow. Absolutely. Boy, brick homes, man, they're beautiful. Right? They're beautiful. Absolutely. You can't go wrong with a brick home. I know. You sure don't move solid wood around. You know, but like my home, for instance, you know, where I put something, that's where it stays. Right? I mean, a lot of people today do like to move the furniture all around. I don't, you know, I used to move furniture around a lot. I don't know why, but it was crazy, right? I used to move it around only to move it back, basically. Maybe that's why I don't move it no more, because I finally figured out that, you know, that was a real waste of time, because then you hate it and you have to put it back the way it was, and that's, you know, now you got to do it all again. And how if you'd have just left it, you'd have been happy. Yeah, that must be like, I don't know what kind of disorder that would be kicking in, but I've had it kick in. That's true. But, you know, point being is, my home now, I just put it where it's going to stay. And I like, you know, when I buy something, I want to make sure that it's going to last, right? I don't like, I will save pennies to get something that, you know, I won't settle for something that I'm going to have to throw out in 6 months, a year, you know, a couple of years at the most. I'm not going to waste my money on that. I want real, you know, furniture, absolutely real furniture. I like stuff, you know, you pay for it one time and you'll be able to hand it down. You'll be able to hand it down to your kids, grandkids, great grandkids. You know, and it's worth it. It's worth it because, you know, the good stuff is just a little bit more, than the stuff you're going to end up you will end up costing you 10 times more if you get the cheap stuff than if you just get something really nice to begin with. And that's the truth. It don't cost that much more. It's worth those extra pennies to get the real good stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't ever settle for something you don't want, because if you settle for something you don't want, it's not going to be there long anyway. No matter if it's good or it ain't good, you're going to get rid of it because you don't like it. You know, it'd been best to just wait and got what you wanted. But yeah, you know, as far as that picture went, I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it up. It looked like it was worth addressing. That's all I'm saying. It looked like it was worth addressing, right? Anyhow, I was going to tell you guys. About a stories I was listening to. You know, it's close to Halloween, right? And like you're hearing a lot of the creep stories coming out right now. But anyhow, I was listening up on this story today, and it was these 3 boys. There was 3 boys and a girl. They were out trick-or-treating. And anyhow, make a long story short, there was this van following them. Now, this one kid noticed, you know, this big red van following them early on, but didn't want to say nothing because the child didn't want to mess up the trick-or-treating. These kids were, you know, probably around the ages of 12, 13, 14 years old. They didn't want to, you know, they didn't want to mess up the one child didn't want to mess up their trick-or-treating or freak everybody out. So it didn't say nothing. But after a couple of streets, the child decided, seen it turning in, and still it told, hey, you guys, I think this van's following us. Well, they said, don't pay attention to it, this and that, till we get to the next house. Problem is, you know, the houses were like, this is country instead of city, and the houses were pretty far away. And there was this one stretch that they happened to be on that, you know, the next house was going to be a minute. So the kid, you know, the van stopped, stared at them, and the door started to open, so they took off running. They ran, you know, bolted through a cornfield, I guess. Now they're inside this cornfield, and the particular boy telling the story, said that, he was really scared and he was really running really fast because he knew that, if this guy catches up to him, he's not going to be around come morning. So he's running really quick through this cornfield, and luckily the guy didn't catch him. He actually got away. This particular kid did. Another one of the children didn't. Law enforcement went out, when he got to the house, law enforcement was already there because it was really way too late for them to be coming in from trick-or-treating, and other parents were concerned as well why the children hadn't returned. So the boy told law enforcement about what had happened, and they went out there. They found the other boy in the cornfield hiding. One of the boys they couldn't find at all yet. And they found this red van. And in the back of it was a grown woman. And these are true stories. There was a grown woman in the back of it. And the girl that was with the boys trick-or-treating was also in the back of it, locked up. And law enforcement was able to get them out. But the driver of the van, he was on live. And they said it looked like he'd been on live for a long time. The boy said, when he saw the man's face, it really creeped him out. And he still creeped out to this day over it. And he didn't ever go trick-or-treating again in his life. And ain't ever going to go trick-or-treating again. But anyhow, I guess they went to this particular person's home, and in the house there was some notes and things and stuff written around inside the place that said something about 3 + 1, and then it said that supposedly three kids, one adult, has to be, online in order for this person that was driving that van, something not to happen to him. So anyway, he didn't get 3 people on Halloween. He didn't get, what he was supposed to get. But the Halloween before, actually, there was a case. The police were already looking into a case where there was 3 children and an adult that had been on live the Halloween before. And this guy happened to have that in his place about that. So anyway, that's what he was doing on Halloween. And that particular Halloween, the kids got away. He didn't get enough. And I guess something terrible happened, right? So, and supposedly that's a true story. I don't know. But I thought I'd share it with you because it was freaking creepy that, and it's supposed to be true. So I don't know how true it is or not. I found it hard to be true. But from the person, telling it, the person sharing it, I don't know. I'm going to try to get the link to it. I'll try to get the name of it and the link of it and put it on Summer's Facebook so that if you guys want to go and listen to some of these tales yourself, you can do that. Yeah, it was really creepy. It was creepy. It was weird that since he didn't get, because the Halloween before he got 3 and 1. And that Halloween he was trying to get 3 and 1, but he wasn't able to. And, luckily he wasn't. I guess if he would have got him, he would have kept, he would have kept living or something. I don't know. Maybe he was in some kind of weird shit. Maybe he was in some kind of weird stump where, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's what it really did keep the, you know, he made a pack. He made some kind of pack. You know, I don't know. I know a lot of people do some weird stuff. I mean, it ain't for me, but some people do. It won't be the first time I've heard, you know, crazy stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I was spending my free time, listening to some creepy shit, right? Hey, Blue, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Blue bonnet. Everything's better with blue bonnet on it, right? Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. I mean, you know, but I'm like, why am I listening to this? But then it was so exciting. How could you not be listening? I mean, once I started listening, it's like you got to get to the end, right? You got to know how it turned out. So it kind of had you sucked in now. And I'm one of those people, once I get sucked in, I'm there for the duration, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Sunflower May. A lot of times the notifications, I hear that, you know, a lot of people complain with that. Something about you have to reset it or something. I don't know. I've heard people say, you know, you have to hit the bell and then hit all new notifications or something like that. Roman noodles. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what, I do not like Roman noodles. I really don't. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do like Chinese food though. I really love Chinese food. Absolutely. I can trust me. I can find my way around in a Chinese restaurant. I love Chinese food. And I can make a lot of Chinese food. I really can. I'm pretty good at whipping up some Chinese stuff. Like the fried rice, egg rolls. I can make a lot of the things that they make. I can make the sweet and sour chicken, sweet and sour pork, beef and broccoli. I can make a lot of that stuff. I like teriyaki sauce. Who else loves teriyaki sauce? Man, I love teriyaki sauce. Absolutely. It is the bomb. I like the teriyaki chicken. Oh my God, it's so good. PG when it's the dinner invite. When I'm able, girl, when I'm able to, when things calm down and if I get an opportunity to be able to actually bring myself out here, you all could come over for dinner. You all could come over. Door open. Always room at the table for one more, right? Absolutely. Y'all can come over. We have a big ass cookout. It'd be awesome. I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. You guys are awesome. You're absolutely Summer has a beautiful army. She has a beautiful army put together by God for her. And I so appreciate it. You guys are just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna let Donald, because so many people really showed this channel support tonight, and I'm going to let Donald do a dance for that one. Donald, you get the dance for that. There he goes. He's going to do the chicken dance. Come on, Donald. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. He says, ride the white pony, right? He is riding the white pony. I think he does ride it for real. Absolutely. All right. And here's hot dog. Right? There's Granny. She trying to pass off. Oh, everybody had a hot dog. Can't forget about that, can we, Grandma? We want everybody to make sure that everybody in the house had a hot dog. Yeah, I ain't showing up for that damn cookout. Hell no. Hell no. Granny, you could keep all that. Right? She can keep it. Don't want none of that shit. For sure. I'm going to tell you what. If I seen fucking Granny with these, I'm going to be doing this. That's right, Candace. I'm right behind you, girl. Get it going, get it going. Hell yeah, I'm gone. Right? I'm going right behind her. Especially if I have to see this. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Candace. Get it, get it. Granny got the hot dogs. Feet don't fail me now. Right? Gotta go. Don't be slow. Ain't no way in hell. You imagine Grandis with a hot dog stand? Nah. I'm like, hell no. I don't want none of that shit. None of it. Hey, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. All right. Yes, Joannie. Oh, became a member. Became a member. We got a new YouTube member in here. God bless. God bless. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah, she could keep those on. Granny's hungry. But I'm hungry. I need one of Granny's hot dogs with extra mustard. Oh, come on, Molly. You're hungry. There you go, Molly. Have all you want. Right? Look at Granny. Look at Granny's face. She said, come on, y'all. I'll share. I bet you will. She's like, come on, y'all. I'll share. Yeah, Molly's funny as hell, ain't she? Molly is hilarious. I love Molly. Absolutely love Molly. I talk to Molly a lot behind the scenes, too. And she's a trip. Absolutely. She is something else. Crooked Arrow says I'm wearing t-shirts from 1993. No kidding. I don't know. If I had a t-shirt, I want it to be 1999. Party like it's 1999, right? Always heard that shit. I just want to party like it one time, see what it was like. All right? I want to check that party out. People are still talking about it. It must have been one hell of a party. Hey, I'm surprised because you know what? We're going out of here tonight. We came in like a lamb. It seems like we're going out like a lamb. Hey, that's a blessed night right now. It is a blessed night. I thought for sure it was going to be, you know, breaking loose at the end tonight, but it's been peaceful. Man, I got to thank God for that. Absolutely. We had no problems tonight. Praise the Lord. Right? Yeah. You know, it was fun spending some time with you guys, just chit chatting. It was nice spending some time with Justin up here tonight, you know, just talking about some recipes and things like that. Once in a while it's nice to go out into left field, right? It's nice to go out into left field once in a while. I got to admit that. I know we don't do it too often. I know that, you know, this channel we stick to you know, business all the time, most of the time. But it is kind of nice to go out into left field. What happened to Day Day? She quit playing her game? Did she quit playing that game? Patty Poop Island or whatever? Does anybody know? Oh yeah, I appreciate that, Arctic. God bless. I appreciate it. Thank you to all supporters of Summer's channel. We wouldn't be here without all of you. God bless. Amen. Absolutely, Arctic. I appreciate that, girl. God bless. God bless. I got beautiful mods here. They are so awesome. They really diligently work for Summer. They really do. And they do an awesome job for her and her channel over here. And I so appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I know if Summer was here, man, she'd want to hug each one of your necks and let you know how much she appreciates you. I know I appreciate you. And I know Summer would if she was here. She knows how hard, you know, she knows how hard we're working, because I truly do believe she is in the arms of an angel looking down here upon it. I really do. I think God and Jesus Christ and the angels, I believe Summer can look down here just like Lazarus looked down, right, upon the rich man. I'm going to tell you, Summer can look down and see all of these people who love her so much, and all the prayers that's coming up there for her. Absolutely. To be found, brought home, and justice served on her behalf. That's what I truly believe. I don't care if, you know, people want to criticize, you know, our beliefs for being Christians. That's on them. But that's what I do truly believe. And, you know, and I do ask that people, you know, hit that thumbs up so Summer can look down and see how many people truly love and care about her. This is her channel. This is her channel. It has always been her channel. And it will always be her channel until she is found, brought home, and justice is served for her. And then it will, you know, if we decide to move forward with other missing child cases, this will always be Summer's channel, even though it's working for other missing children. It will still be her channel, because this channel was put together for Summer by God, and I know that. I know that. And it would just be the way that she goes on helping more children to be found, more children to get justice against evildoers like the ones that have done her. That's my take in all of it. I'm waiting to see Crooked Arrow answer that question. Absolutely all in the tank. She can see our love and support for her. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you something. All things are possible with God. All things are possible with God. Anything that you can think is possible with God. Absolutely. The only one, if you don't achieve something with God, it's not because you couldn't. If you really wanted to, you could. I don't care what anybody says. I truly believe that you could climb the highest mountain in the world with God. And that's the truth. And I believe you get up there safe and you get down safe. Because with God, all things are possible. That's what the Bible tells us. There's nothing that God cannot do. Nothing. Absolutely not. But you got to realize, wasn't us that doing it. It's God. It's God giving you the energy, giving you the everything you need to achieve it. And He will if you truly believe. Just like I truly believe the summer is going to be found. I truly believe this case is going to be solved. I know it is. Because God said nothing's done in the dark that is not pulled to the light. He will expose all things. And I truly believe that. And He's going to expose all of this. He will expose all of this. Summer's case will be solved. And I truly believe that. Yes, on God's time. But I think what we want, God wants as well. I think when you want something, that's God's want too. Because He loves us. And He knows we want summer found, brought home, and justice served. So therefore, He's going to allow that to be done. He's going to answer the prayers going up for her. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. He has already gave us so many answers. He's already gave us all the answers. It's just a matter now of her being found and justice served. And that's what I truly believe. I heard that, Crooked Arrow. I heard that, girl. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. People that know, Deanna, absolutely. People that know need to do the right thing for summer. Absolutely. They really do. If you know something, say something. my hope is, I know for sure that three people know what went down on June 15, 2021. 3 adults, Candace, Grandis, and Donald. They were there. Grandis and Candace was surely there. And Donald, he was there too. Because he lives there. He was there and he's been there. I mean, I don't care, if he wasn't there at the initial time that all of these things went down. Wells knows just as much as Grandis and Candace knows. Trust and believe me. He knows. The thing is which one of them are going to crack? Which one of them are going to break and tell all the truth about it? I know right now, you have 3 scared shitless people, right? Nobody wants to go to prison for eternity. Absolutely not. I understand that to the fullest. But I'm going to tell you something. At some point, it's going to be like living in prison. At some point, it's going to be like living in prison with all of that shit weighing on your mind, on your body, on your soul. It's going to eat at you and eat at you and eat at you at some point, to where whatever you know, you're going to want to tell. You're going to tell somebody. You're going to tell somebody. Right? Sooner or later, you've got to get something like that just out of your system. Because you're going to crack. Now, will it be on, will it be, Grandis is pretty old. Will she crack to try to save her soul from hell? Maybe. Maybe. Will Don crack to try to save his soul from hell? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what. Somebody's going to tell. If they haven't already. I don't know how much Fred knew. I just know that Fred went from he's looking at a 20-year sentence, down to 9 or 10 years, down to 180 days with 120 suspended. You tell me. You tell me what was said in all of that. That definitely sounds like cutting a deal. Just saying. That definitely sounds like somebody talked. So, and this guy even got on a lie detector's test. He even got on a lie detector's test. So I'm going to tell you something. Law enforcement might have a lot more right now than they've ever had in this case. That's what I'm talking about. Something's going on. But I truly do believe that this case will be solved. And I truly believe it'll be solved really soon. I really think it's on, like I said, I really think this case is hotter right now than it's ever been. I think that, and also take in consideration, Donald doesn't want to come back out here and talk no more. So he's probably feeling the heat on his back. No doubt in my mind. He knows it's close. He knows something went down. And he is scared. Trust it. And he should be. He should be. Absolutely. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let us sit back, let us wait, let us see. Because I'm telling you now, something's coming. Ronnie Lawson said, I'm coming out, but not right now. And I'm telling you, when he said that, he had something. He had something that he was putting into action. When Ronnie said that, I knew he had something that he's putting into action. But, it takes time to put things into action. What Ronnie's saying is, when I come out, I'm going to really have something for you. I'm going to have something for you. So let's just wait and see what it is, right? Crooked Air loves somebody. That is hilarious. Listen, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to hold everybody up any longer. It has been a great night. I appreciate everybody that is here. I really do. I appreciate every single person that was in the chat tonight. I want to let you know how much I appreciate it. I really do. I want to let you guys know that I absolutely, truly appreciate your support for this channel. I appreciate you being here for summer. God bless. Much love. Please keep the prayers going up. As I ask every night, please, please, please keep those prayers going up for this baby. I know God's answering from our lips to his ears. I know he's listening. I know he's answering. He's bringing it to the light little by little. And it's just a matter of time. It's going to all be out for everyone to see. And we're going to know exactly what happened to this baby. We're going to have the truth on the table. And that's going to be a beautiful day. A beautiful day. And I am definitely looking forward to it, along with all the rest of you. So please, keep them prayers going up for this little girl, because that's the best thing we could do for her, is to pray. Please keep the prayers going up for Israel. Keep them going up for one another. Keep them going up for sweet Norway as well. I didn't see her in here tonight, but let's keep our prayers going up for her as well in all of this. And know that PG's always praying for you. I don't know what everybody needs, but you know what? God does. God does. And I pray in the name of his son, Jesus Christ, that he answers each and every one of our prayers. Amen. Absolutely. So please keep the prayers going up. You get a chance, say a prayer for me and mine. We can always use them. There is no better gift than prayers. That's for sure. God bless. Much love. Good night, everybody. Let us see the support for Summer going up in this chat tonight. Let Summer from heaven see the support going up in this chat for her tonight as well, as we play her song out of here. God bless. Good night, everyone.